pro mogul skier Dylan Walczyk.
Breckenridge ski instructor Michael Schaefer.
You're watching Bump Drills.
Gosh, man, look at those frigging bumpers up there. Look, they're having so much fun on those bump trails.
Man, I wish I could do that.
I just can't figure out how to get through those things so smooth. I don't know how they do it.
Hey, are you
was
struggling
that?
from groomers only syndrome? Then do we have a solution for you?
Who is speaking?
You hear that voice?
Yeah.
Where is that coming from?
OnlyGroomers.com, the #1 online dating site for on-piste skiers.
Mystical in nature.
It's kind of mean.
Oops, that's the wrong script. Here's the right one. Come on down to the bumps where the boys at the Steezy Joe Network will show you a thing or two about making your way through those pesky bump fields.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Steezy Joe Network. I'm Michael Schaefer, Breckenridge ski instructor.
As always, I'm U.S. Olympic mogul skier Dylan Walczyk, and we're going to talk a little bit today about absorption. What it is, how it works, and we'll teach you a great drill to practice it.
So what is absorption?
Well, Michael, absorption, simply put, is a technique used in mogul skiing to dissipate the force and impact of bumps. In addition, absorption plays a huge role in speed control. We can use it to slow down or speed up. It's also a key factor for keeping a clean posture, staying in the bump line, and not getting bucked out.
We don't like that.
Nope.
That's no fun. So how does it work? How does absorption help us with all that stuff?
That's a great question, Michael. Absorption works like a spring. Think of your legs like springs. When we ski into a bump, that force has to go somewhere. That should be our legs. The pressure loads up and compresses the springs, aka your legs. Then we release that spring pressure, resetting the spring so we can absorb again. Our job as mogul skiers is always be in control of how stiff or soft, long or short, or how damp or quick we need our springs to be. Does that sound like a lot to think about? It's not so complicated. Let's check out a drill in the bumps. It'll teach us how to practice our absorption.
Let's go. Sounds good.
Phase 1 of this drill is going to be traversing through a mogul field. Watch as Dylan gets in his active ski stance and begins his traverse. As he encounters moguls, he rides up the face of them, softening the spring. When he reaches the top of the bump, he will pull his feet up towards his butt with his hamstrings, actively pulling himself over the top of the bump. Then we'll see Dylan extend his legs down the backside, resetting his active ski stance, projecting his hips, and resetting those springs.
So here's a quick tip. It's very important when we're absorbing that the feet stay under our center of mass at all times and not moving out in front of us. I'll give a couple good examples and a bad example. Here's your good example of range of motion. The knee is going to come up in front, but notice that the foot stays underneath the center of mass the whole time. Then cycles down to extension. Let's see that one more time. Let's take a look at our bad example. Problems can occur when the foot travels too far in front of the center of mass. Let's see what that looks like. It's our goal at full absorption and at the end of the bump to still have our foot under our center of the mass, such as this. Your bad example is going to look something like this. This is a very dangerous position as it puts a ton of extra force on our ACLs and our knees. Very unsafe position. You should never try and take force in this kind of position. Always with our feet underneath.
Now that we've got the basics out of the way, let's focus on our posture. One of the key benefits of proper absorption is that it allows us to keep our chest and hands high and remain balanced in our active ski stance. Remember that springs do the absorbing, not the chest. If we drop our chest down, we're setting ourselves up for a nasty backache, as well as sending our center of mass behind us, and that's just not good. Okay, let's watch the drill again. Notice that as Dylan traverses, he's able to keep his chest position high, never hinging over at the waist. This is because he's allowing his absorption to happen underneath him, softening the spring as he rides up the face before bringing his heels up towards his butt. Now let's check out a bad example. As we see in this video, Dylan is hinging at his waist. This causes his center of mass to fall behind, as well as put him in a compromising position with his chest down low. In addition, we notice that his springs, aka his legs, are not really absorbing any force. It's just the hinging at the waist giving him the illusion of absorption. Not to mention the backache he's going to have in the morning. Here we see our friend Matteo demoing a common absorption mistake. We can see he's only thinking about pulling his heels before he's reaching the top of the bump. We can see he's tripping forwards and lacking the use of his full range of motion. Similar to hinging at the waist, he's not softening the spring and not actually absorbing any of the force. Additionally, he's in a very dangerous and compromising position, ready to flip over at any moment.
All right, so Dylan, it's very, very important to me that I be able to control my speed out there in those bumps. And you mentioned that I should be able to use absorption to do that. Can you explain how that works?
It's a great question, Michael. Proper absorption is a great tool to control our speed in the moguls. We can use it to speed ourselves up as well as slow ourselves down. The faster we pull and pump our legs, the faster we can ski. We call that increasing our timing. If we want to slow down, we ski towards the biggest parts of the bump and use our maximum range of motion to eat up as much of that bump as possible. Let's go give it a try.
Let's go.
Let's take a look at how Dylan uses his absorption to slow down. We see here he gets a bit of speed going. Now watch him use his maximum range of motion to eat up as much of those bumps as possible, really controlling the spring rate and dampening the spring, so to speak. So much so that he is almost able to absorb himself to a complete stop. Give that a try to see how close you can absorb yourself to a complete stop. Inversely, let's watch Dylan speed up with absorption. We see here that he really turns up the timing and the rebound of those springs, actively pumping himself through the bumps. Give both of these variations a try and see if you can manipulate your speed through the bumps using absorption.
Okay, folks, so hopefully this drill has helped you get a feel for proper absorption in the moguls. We'll be expanding on this subject in the future, so be sure to...
Hey, Dylan! That was super fun and informative, but I think I got this now. You got some more stuff for me?
Yeah, I do. That's what I was about to tell him. Stay tuned for more bump drills. Learn from the pros.
That's the way I want to learn.
Like and subscribe. Hey. Race to the bottom.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no!